Welcome back to my channel. This is Choices by Kim. Today is a beautiful day. It's a very sunny day. I have some time and I've decided to make a video. This video is especially for the person who wanted to know the second step of getting Trinidad and Tobago CSME. It looks something like this.
Don't ever change for anybody. Don't ever trade your soul. Don't even listen to him. He don't know nothing at all.
A few weeks ago, I made a video about the CSME and the documents to get the CSME, and there's a process. There is the process where you get this document in Jamaica. It looks something like this. So this is the Jamaican one. After you get the Jamaican one, when you enter Trinidad and Tobago or any other CARICOM country, then you have to go to immigration and get the one that they need from immigration for that particular country. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. It sounds a bit confusing, but in reality it is not. A few days ago I was on the internet doing some research regarding the CSME, and what I came across is that a lot of persons are making fake documents. This same document, a lot of persons are making fake documents and promising persons documents, and they don't work with the relevant authority or ministry. Don't fall for that. You know, everybody said they have links to do things, and it can be true, but not all link is linkable. If you understand what I'm saying. Some links are very broken. They cannot be linked. It's just a different way of scamming people. When you get this document in Jamaica, if you go to immigration with it, they are going to do a background check. So yes, they are going to contact the relevant authorities in Jamaica, and they are going to try to get more information on you and on this document. So imagine when they conducted a search, or when they start to do a search, they don't find any information on you, then you're gonna look bad. You can be charged, or you can go to prison for providing fraudulent documents. Why this thing keep coming up on my phone? You can be charged, or you can go to prison for providing false documents to immigration officers or any immigration authority. Please don't fall for it. Go through the relevant process and the relevant persons and get your documents, because it won't look good. I will put a link to the article in the description. I forget the exact figure, but I think it was 160 something false or fake CSME that immigration authorities had to destroy. Out of that 100 and something, as I said before, I forget the exact amount, only one of those cases involved a Guyanese. All the other cases were Jamaican, all of them. And this was a survey that was done by the Jamaican newspaper, which is the Gleaner, in 2019. I know 2019 is like 3 or 4 years ago, but if it happened once, chances are that it can happen again. So I'm saying to you, don't let this happen to you. Don't let this be associated with your name or even with your country. I know that one person alone cannot make the changes. It requires a combined effort, but play your part. So when you play your part, it will convince somebody else to play their part. With all due respect, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you know whenever I post a video. I know I am not being consistent, but everything takes time. Sooner than later, I'll be more consistent. I'm working on my shortcomings, and don't forget to like this video. Please, I'm asking you, let me pause. I'm pausing and I'm waiting. Please like the video. Again, please like the video. Okay, thank you for liking the video. So let's proceed. As I said before, when you get this document in Jamaica, I told you in the first video how to go about getting this document in Jamaica from the Ministry of Labor in downtown Kingston. I'm not sure if that office is still in downtown Kingston, because from time to time business place change location. Before I came to Trinidad and Tobago, I didn't know anything about the CSME. Somebody told me about the CSME, and when I did my background check, they told me you can process it in Jamaica and it is free. At the time it was free, so I just get the relevant documents and then I go to Kingston because I'm from Montego Bay, and I got this process for free at that time. When I came to Trinidad, I have to do another process to get Trinidad and Tobago CSME so that I can stay as long as I want in the country. And remember, I told you guys the benefits of the CSME. There are so many benefits of the CSME. Well, quote unquote on paper. So you get the opportunity to live and work in another country legally. You can buy land, you can buy houses, you can be a business owner, you can trade goods and services easily within CARICOM. So I said, why not give it a try? And I came and I applied for this process. I applied for this document. I'm all over the place, you know. That is why I tell you, if I don't script, I'm all over the place. I didn't do any form of scripting, I'm just freestyling right now. When I went to immigration, the first thing that they gave me was these forms. So I had to do a medical. This is the form for the medical. I don't know how well I can see it. But I will attach a copy of it in the video. And this is another form for physical examination. I will also attach these in the video so you can follow along as I go through the steps. So basically the process is similar to getting the Jamaica CSME, this one. So you're going to submit this document. I think it's CARICOM and Legal Affairs Office in Trinidad and Tobago. When you submit this document, then you're going to submit your qualification. In my case, I submit my degree and passport size pictures and the medical form. The doctor is going to fill out this form and give it to you. So I submit this and I pay a fee. I don't remember right now how much it is, but it wasn't a lot of money. The process takes about 6 to 8 weeks, but in my case, it was way beyond the 6 week, way beyond the 8 week. But eventually I got it, thank God. And when I got it, they stamped indefinite entry in my passport. So whenever I want to leave, I leave Trinidad and I go wherever I want to go, which I've done several times on several occasions. And when I'm ready, I come back. And if I don't feel like to come back, so be the case. It is better to do that than you're living and working somewhere illegal. Apart from working, as I said before, you can be an entrepreneur, you can buy land, you can buy houses, trade goods and service easily within the CARICOM member states. You can bring your immediate family with you. So let's go through this document, the physical examination. I am going to read the document while you follow. The first part, it says the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Immigration Regulations 1974. And then it says physical examination of applicant to be completed by the examining medical officer after Form 40 has been presented. I think this is the Form 40 with this. This is the Form 40, the medical certificate. The first line, it says name of the applicant. There you're supposed to add your name, and from my left to right you have your height, how tall are you, your weight, how much do you weigh, maybe in pounds or kilometers. Then they're going to check your eyes, your left eyes, your right eyes, your ears, and they're going to check your neck, your spine, your lungs, your heart, your abdomen. So like your neck and your head and stuff like that. In my situation, I didn't do any form of special examination. It's just mostly observation. Yes, I had to do the blood test to ensure that I don't have high blood sugar. I had to do a pregnancy test as well. A urine test can check for so many things in your body. With the chest x-ray, at that time I didn't know what they were doing or why it was so important. But I had to take off my clothes and they put these little things on my chest and they hook it up to a machine. So it was an ECG. They check your lungs, they check the functioning of your heart. So basically the ECG will tell you how well or how healthy your heart is. They're gonna check your pulse, your blood sugar, your urine, your weight. It's just like a basic process. For me, the only thing that I saw different with the process at the time was the chest x-ray, because when you go to the doctor for normal medical checkup, they normally do all these things. That time is the first time I was doing an ECG, so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what they were doing. And then within a few days or maybe a week, I went back for the result and I sent it to immigration. This is the declaration form. See there at the top. In this declaration form, basically they're going to ask you about your family history, medical history, so to speak. So based on what you know, you're going to fill it out on the form and try to be as accurate as possible. The first step, as usual, is your name and address, and it is 5 questions that you have to answer. And the first question: have you or any members of your family included in this application ever had any serious illness or surgical operation? If so, list them. I didn't know of anything, so I put no. Have you or has any member of your family ever been treated for tuberculosis? I have no knowledge of tuberculosis at the time, so it was no. If you said yes to this question, you have to produce the result from the doctor that confirmed that you had tuberculosis. Number 3, have you ever suffered from malaria? Not to my knowledge, so I put no. If you put yes, you have to support it with evidence. They are even asking when and where was your last attack. I just put NA, not applicable. Where did you contract the disease? NA again, not applicable. Have you or has any member of your family ever been under treatment of leprosy? And again, I put no, and if you put yes, you need to support it with evidence from previous tests that you have done. And finally, number 5, have you or has any member of your family ever suffered from mental disease, fits, epilepsy, or been treated for these or similar diseases or other medical disorder? Not to my knowledge, so again, I put no. When you finish completing the form, they want you to add your signature. So by adding your signature, it will indicate that you have answered the questions to the best of your ability and it is truthful based on how well you know your family and your family medical history. I hereby certify that the information supplied by me to the medical officer is correct. You sign this declaration form first, and when you sign the form, then this is the physical examination form, which will be signed by the doctor. It's not a difficult process. When you go to immigration, you're going to do an interview. Based on what is on the form, they might ask you a few questions. They didn't ask me any questions, but I heard that they asked other person's questions. I submit my documents. I submit everything in a paper folder. They went through it. They said everything was okay. They're going to do their background check. And if everything is okay, they will call me and give me an update. So within the 6 weeks, they did not call. So I said, okay, give them some time. They say 6 to 8 weeks. 8 weeks, they did not call. So when it was going into the 10th week, still no call. So I said, okay, let me give them 3 months, 12 weeks. So when it gets to the 12th week, they did not call either, so I called. When I called, I said, okay. They said process is still ongoing, and as soon as everything is completed, they will let me know. Every week I keep calling. Oh my God, I thought that these people were tired of me because they told me 6 to 8 weeks, and I gave you 12 weeks before I called, and after the 12 weeks, you told me that you're still processing the documents, and when everything finalized, you will let me know. So I keep calling every week after that, every week. It really took some time. Eventually, they never got the opportunity to call me to let me know that it was ready, because I was calling so often. Till eventually one day I called, they said, yes, your document is now ready, and whenever you are available, you can come to the office and collect it. So I went to the office and I collected this one. And when I collected this, I have to take this to the immigration department now in Trinidad and Tobago. And again, police clearance or police certificate, passport size pictures. So I take all of that to immigration. At that time, I had this red passport. It required a little back and forth process at immigration. At one point, I thought I wasn't going to get it, because sometimes they will send me to this immigration officer, maybe in San Fernando, and then San Fernando will send me back to Port of Spain. Sometimes when I come to Port of Spain will reschedule the date. They have so many persons there, not everybody can get through on that particular day. And then they said, oh, it's the end of the shift, or it's the end of the work day, you have to come back another time. And I keep going back and going back and going back. And you know, when you're doing something for a period of time and you're meeting persons who are friendly and you keep telling them why you're there and what you want to do. So I met this particular person, and she's fascinated about Jamaicans because she went to school in Jamaica. So I guess she loved the culture too, because she always talking about Jamaica. So when I met her, and I told her why I was there, and like each time she saw me coming back, and she saw me coming back, and she said, what happened? Why you keep coming back? Or why you're not getting through? So I don't know, but they keep rescheduling. Like each time I come, it's like a different date. Something always happen and they have to reschedule. So she said, okay, the next time when you come to me. And I went to her, and then she connected me with somebody else, and that is how I eventually get the stamp in my passport. This is the stamp in my passport, and my CSME number, and it says indefinite entry. And if you look here, it is so fine. And if you look at this red part here, it said working permitted. See there? Employment permitted, sorry. It has the date when it was issued, and it says indefinite entry. It has the signature of the immigration officer who dealt with my situation. The immigration officer is Roger, and I'm not sure how this name is pronounced, but he's the person who actually dealt with me, and he put his signature there. When this passport expired, as you can see, the stamp it, a lot of holes in it. So this passport expired, and now we have the CARICOM passport. So because the indefinite entry signature is in this passport, whenever I'm traveling or whenever I'm coming to Trinidad and Tobago, I ensure that I have this passport too to show to immigration and explain what is going on here. And I have this new one, so I show them both along with this. And I tell the guys I don't have no problem. But everybody's situation is different. But people are always talking about how immigration officers treat them and how they talk to them rough and the questions that they have. For me, no questions. I just show them everything, and they will just like enjoy your stay. And I said thank you, and I'm gone. Just like that. As you can see, it's not a difficult process. You just need to have the right documents, follow the steps, follow the procedures, and once you submit it, I would say that waiting on approval, if you're anxious, can be a bit stressful, because by law you're not supposed to work until your documents are fully approved, and you have only 6 months in the country, so within that 6 months your documents should be approved. So when you get into the country and immigration stamps 6 months in your passport, immediately you go to CARICOM and Legal Affairs Office, and you started processing your documents from there. When you get the CSME from the CARICOM and Legal Affairs Office, you still have to go to immigration to get the indefinite stamp in your passport. So, as I said, it's a process. And if you cannot skip one process and go to another, you have to follow it step by step. And once you get that, you're good. Even if you don't get a job, you can start your own thing and you don't have to worry about anything or anybody or police. Because you know, in Trinidad, the favorite talk for non-national, once you're a non-national, their favorite talk is that they're gonna call immigration on you. Not every non-nationals that are here are illegal. Yes, you have a lot of people who might do illegal stuff or work without their documents, but not everyone who is here engage in those type of activities. But in life, good suffer for bad, and to be on the safe side, just do the safe thing. That's it for this video, guys. Please don't forget, I'm asking you again, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to interact with the videos. For all the persons who are watching and for all the persons who are interacting, please continue to do so. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate the fact that you not only watch, but you also comment, you also like the video, also share the video. So a big thank you to everyone, and a big thank you to that special person who let me know that I'm doing a good job, because not a lot of videos are there on YouTube that talk about CARICOM integration or CARICOM CSME or the single market movement. Since I started doing these videos, a lot of persons have reached out to me, a lot of persons are talking about jobs here, but honestly, to tell you the truth, right now I even need a better job. I need a better job, and if better come my way, I am going to move on. A lot of persons reach out asking how to get jobs, what advice would I give, and I always tell people, give it a try, because what worked for me may not work for you, and what worked for you may not work for me. Things is not easier, but based on my experience, it is livable. You just have to know your priorities and work towards them or work with them. Thank you, guys. Thank you again. Please don't forget to like the video, and bye for now. Adios.